It's the Andy and Dave Daily right here on the Muskegon Channel. I'm Andy O'Reilly. Dave Cackley's over there having a Christopher Cross moment, which who doesn't do that at what, 50?
47.
Close
47.
enough.
Anyway, Christopher Cross. I was reminded the other day. I'm listening.
Christopher Cross. Let's talk about Christopher Cross.
Yeah. One of the most beautiful voices in the history of music, underappreciated, underrated, undeterred.
I don't think any of the
style.
above statements are true outside of underappreciated voices in all the history of music, because I will, give you the fact that Christopher Cross did have his time. There were some wonderful songs. There were great things. Underappreciated,
Incredible.
I think he won every Grammy there was to win, so we can't really say that. Second, and then what else do you see? Underappreciated,
But when you think about the great voices in the history of music, Christopher Cross's name rarely comes up, and he's got one of the greatest voices, most distinct voices, beautiful voices of all time. Christopher Cross.
God, no,
absolutely.
It was a novelty.
It was not a novelty. He wasn't a novelty act.
Yeah.
Christopher Cross was not. You're insane.
I know what I'm talking about. Novelty.
Christopher Cross was not a novelty act.
Arthur's song is fun to hear once in a while.
Moon in New York City.
Yeah, that's Arthur's theme. That's okay to hear once in a while. But outside of that, novelty act, ugly. Couldn't make the cut.
See, that's the problem right there. He wasn't attractive, so
neither
his
am I.
voice gets downgraded.
But I'm not a novelty act. See?
Bottom line, okay, would the voice of Paul McCartney or the voice of Christopher Cross? Christopher Cross has a better voice than Paul McCartney.
No.
Yes, he does.
No, he doesn't.
He's got a better voice than John Lennon or George. He's got a better voice than any member of the alleged greatest band in the history of rock.
You know what he's got? You know what Christopher Cross has got? He's got the occasional appearance on CBS Sunday Morning just to see what's going on. That's what he's got. Of course, you don't watch CBS Sunday Morning, so what do you know?
I'm sleeping in. I'm sleeping in till 9:20.
Well, you could still, and you know what? At 9:20, you could still catch a good hour plus of CBS Sunday Morning.
You know what?
No. But no. I want to listen to my Anne Murray records. I want to be a fan of Air Supply. I want to go on and on about Christopher Cross for 2.5 minutes. Blah, 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 blah.
I'll tell you this. I prefer Air Supply to Led Zeppelin any day of the week and twice on Sundays.
Okay.
Yeah, I said it. Making love out of nothing at all. Better than Dire Maker. Sorry.
Okay.
It is.
And it wasn't Dire Maker either. There's your first ding for the day.
Whatever.
It's Deer Maker.
Oh, shut up. It's Dire Maker. That's how everybody knew it.
No,
Deer Maker. Nobody said it that way.
No one
Popular usage dictates I'm right. All right.
Dave, until you can say Deer Maker right, you're going to go Hank Manners.
Shut up.
Now get to the beer tent.
Shut up.
No wonder Doug hated you. You couldn't say Deer Maker right.
Get 30.
That's why you got fired, you dick.
You're only getting 150 for this 2-hour appearance.
Right. Go back and dig and say Deer Maker right.
Shut up. All right. News. Okay, I'm going to get into the first story that I didn't do a story about because people are going nuts over the drone that was shot down by Iran.
Ooh.
It was a drone. They shot down a toy airplane.
No, they're not toys, but
Relax.
Anyway,
Relax. We're not going to war with Iran. Okay. Not going to happen. So, enough said about that. Anyway,
what do you say about the thought that drone was the one that sent the missile into the oil tanker?
I don't say anything about it.
Okay.
I don't say anything about it. Iran, we got more evidence that they did do that. They attacked the oil tanker. Okay.
Okay. Sure.
We don't get much of our oil through that. Like I said, it's just a lot of saber rattling right now. Nothing's going to come of it.
Okay.
Relax.
All right.
Okay. I'm talking people off the ledge. You're trying to gin up.
I'm just asking questions.
Something else. You're asking questions. Okay. I just gave you the answers.
All right.
Moving on. Former VP and current Democratic frontrunner Joe Biden facing backlash from his primary opponents for citing segregationist senators he once worked with as examples of his ability to work across the aisle. This is basically what it is. Biden noted the civility of his interactions with the Senator James Eastland of Mississippi and Herman Talmadge of Georgia. They were racist. They were segregationists. And Biden was able to work with them. So the idea he couldn't work with Trump-esque Republicans, that's basically what he was saying. And then you had Cory Booker and Kamala Harris basically saying that Biden needs to apologize for that. And Biden's like, to his credit, Biden said, what do I have to apologize for? He doesn't have anything to apologize for. He worked with people. I mean, he was talking about the lack of civility in Congress now, the lack of civility in the Senate now, and what he was able to do during his time when there was, let's be honest, you actually had segregationists, you had real racists in Congress and in the Senate, and he worked with those people, and there was a civility then despite the polarizing viewpoints. And we do need more of that. We do need a more civil tone. We do need people that are going to work across the aisle. We don't need the hyperbole. So good for him.
Yeah.
What do you think? You think it's something you apologize for because, hey, I'm able to work with these people who are definitely racist?
I think, honestly, what I think that the word hyperbole comes up quite often when you're just a fan of that word. And I like that's a good thing, I guess. You seem to throw it in at least once a week. I've been taking
because there's fake outrage. There's a lot of hyperbolic overtones to stories. Yeah. I threw in hyperbolic with hyperbole. So there you go.
Dave and his big words.
Feel free to use that in Scrabble. That damn Skippy. I'm elevating your linguistic skills in addition to giving you pertinent news information.
You're incredible.
Aren't I though? Amazing.
My God.
Well, from a fake outrage to what I think is a really, really cool story. Former Jeopardy champ James Holzhauer has donated a portion of his winnings to a Chicago area pancreatic cancer walk. Holzhauer won 32 straight games, earning over $2.4 million. Holzhauer made the donation in Alex Trebek's name. Trebek currently, of course, in near remission from stage 4 pancreatic cancer. And not enough is really talked about with this type of cancer. I mean, breast cancer, leukemia, children's cancer. We talk about that a lot, but pancreatic cancer it's another one of those that doesn't get talked about enough, and that's essentially a death sentence when you get that.
And people don't want to talk about it because of that.
Yeah, exactly. Because
that one is not good. And I remember when do you remember when we worked in Grand Rapids for that year, and I had the gallbladder out.
Right.
And then I had the pancreas problem.
Yeah.
Remember, it was put me in the hospital for 8 days with that pancreas problem?
Yeah.
So just a quick lead up to that story.
Mm-hmm.
Here I am. I'm about to go into the hospital for 8 days. I called all of our coworkers to see if somebody could come in and cover for me in the morning show, and nobody could.
Yeah.
So I drove into Grand Rapids, recorded the morning show, drove back to Muskegon, and then went into the hospital for 8 days. Thanks, coworkers. Way to catch my back. Really appreciate that. But I didn't even try you because, what the hell am I going to bother you with? But I get into the hospital, and I remember waking up at one point after I get admitted to the hospital and all this other stuff. And the first thing the doctor says was, well, you don't have cancer. And it didn't even dawn on me that could have been the case.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, oh.
Because that's something you didn't
think of that.
Think about that. Right. But it's dodging a bullet there because this is something that
that sucked. That was an awful.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, you did not. I still remember just before you went into the hospital, like for weeks before, we went out and had lunch or something, and every time you took a bite, you do this. You'd go, take another bite of your sandwich.
That was terrible,
like, dude. You got to go to the. I'm the guy that's always giving you crap for you're going in with the head cold, your whatever thing nasal decongestion.
You want to hear funny?
Nasal decongestant.
When I was in the hospital, they had me on one of those pain pumps, right? And I'm in there in the hospital with pain pump, and after a while, you got the pain pump. You don't know what the hell's going on, right? Because you're just looped up,
right?
And they come in. Literally, it looked like a jail shakedown. They come in to take away the pain pump because I guess one night I hit it 150 times.
Holy cow!
What do I know,
Like,
right?
I'm a big guy. I need more medicine.
They said, well, you pushed the button 150 times last night. I said, I did? I didn't know. Whoops.
I need more.
Sorry.
I need more.
And it won't give you that. You know, it won't give you that dosage. It only give you a dosage every hour and a half or whatever it was. Right. But, yeah.
So
they said, we'll be making sure you're staying comfortable. Don't worry, but we just have to take this pump away.
Right. Finally, the 38th annual Seaway Run hits Muskegon this Saturday. Going to be a half marathon, 10K, 5K races. I know you're just going to compete in all three of those.
No, I'm just going to win the whole thing.
There you go.
That's kind of my MO.
The event also includes a health expo and after party with beer. So there you go. You got a carbo load with the brew after you run 15 miles. So, wow.
Oh, man.
That sounds like fun. A good weekend in Muskegon. So
it's always a good weekend in Muskegon, man. That's what
Sports, we like. The Tigers' one-game winning streak comes to a crashing halt. They lose to Pittsburgh 8-7. Cubs win. Cubs win. Cubs win. They beat the Chi Sox 7-3. That's sports.
Did you get a look at Max Scherzer breaking his nose yet?
I know I have not.
Oh my God, look that up. You got to see, because he goes to bunt in batting practice or whatever. The ball literally ricochets off his bat right into his nose, and he is a hot mess yesterday pitching. I mean, his eye is all black and yellow and everything, and gross.
Well, he's already got those two different colored eyes that freak everybody out. Now
I think it's cool. I think they're cool looking.
I think it's fine. I don't have that. They just freak people out because it's weird.
I like it.
Whatever.
All right, go enjoy some Christopher Cross records.
That will do.
Later.
See ya.